Happy Wednesday afternoon, Cyclone Fanatics. Chris Williams here. We're going to change pace a little bit to a video mailbag today. The actual CF mailbag that you're used to on Wednesdays it's written out. That's going to be on the site probably tomorrow. Football team is scrimmaging, actually probably right now as we speak, so I'll be there covering that later on today. Hopefully get something up on the website tonight, early tomorrow. Do want to plug one thing for you here. You've seen it probably on the forums. I'm excited, going to be in Belmont on Saturday night at the Casa Chameleon restaurant. Going to have some pizza, some drinks, ice cream with all sorts of Cyclone fans. I hope you can join me. Looking forward to meeting a bunch of Cyclone fanatics in Belmont again. It's at the Casa Chameleon. We're going to have the doors open at 6 o'clock. I'm even trying to get my parents, I think, are going to be involved. So if you want to come, I'd love to chat with you, talk Cyclones all night long. Some big Cyclone fanatics running the show up there. So really looking forward to coming up on Saturday night. There'll be a lot to talk about, too, as the football team's going to have another scrimmage on Saturday morning, and I'll have all the scoops on that and whatnot. Also, one more plug. Check this out. This is going to be available at our CycloneFanatic.com store here not too long. We're hoping Monday of this week, next week, is when we're going to launch it. That's a rough estimate right there. It's taken a little longer, but we wanted to make sure and do this the right way and just launch it one time and not have a bunch of quirks and whatnot. So we're looking forward to that. All right, let's take care of this video mailbag here. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to answer just 3 or 4 of these questions now, video format, and then I'll go for it with the text format here later on in the week. We'll start off with one from Size Doc, who writes, why does Iowa get good press for having 14 returning starters? And that equals likely a good year, but despite having 13 returning starters, Iowa State is picked near or at the bottom of the Big 12 Conference. Well, it's pretty simple. It's because, writers in Waco and writers in Lubbock, let me ask you this, do they have any clue who Jake Knott is? In fact, some writers and media members in Iowa probably don't know much about Jake Knott. That's the point. There's 2 things. First and foremost, they look at Iowa State's schedule and they say, wow, that's the devil. There's no way Paul Rhodes can go 6-6 and get back to another bowl game with that gauntlet. They think that. 2, they don't know about these guys. Do you think they know who Jake McDonough is? Do they think that, personally, I think Iowa State's defensive line is going to be better than the one we saw a year ago. The closer we get to the first game, the more I think that. But you got to realize the people voting and making these picks, they don't have a clue. They have no clue who some of these guys are. That's the reason why. Schedule, and I don't want to call it ignorance, but because I don't know a lot about what's going on down in Waco right now, but they just don't know. Hopefully after September 2nd, they're going to have a little bit more of an idea. Maybe Iowa State starts to get a little bit more respect. Walking Sai, what are coaches saying about the Northern Illinois game, and what are they focusing on at the moment to try and get ready for the season opener? To be real honest with you, I don't think they're thinking about Northern Illinois right now. I don't believe that they will think about Northern Illinois until a week before kickoff. Sure, they might be doing some stuff in the back to get prepared for that, but I think they're trying to see improvement with the football team each and every practice, every 2 a day, make strides somewhere. You saw that this weekend already. The wide receivers were terrible, I hear, in the scrimmage. Dropped a ton of passes. But Luke Wells, wide receiver football coach for Iowa State, tells me on Monday, hey, you know what? They improved. They got a lot better. They focused. That's what they're looking for right now. I really don't think that they're focusing on Northern Illinois at this point in time, but you better believe they will be, and Cyclone fans need to do the same, because that's a good football team that Iowa State could very easily lose to if they don't come prepared coming up on Thursday night, September 2nd. Let's move on. ICSYU. He writes, Iowa State gets to bring 1 5-star recruit in for football next season. What position and why? Boy, that's tough. The fan in me, the excitement guy in me wants to see a quarterback, a wide receiver, or possibly a running back who could really just be a game breaker. Somebody who you can get the football in their hands as much as you want and let them just be explosive. So to be honest with you, I'd like to see a 5-star quarterback. I mean, they just picked up Sam Richardson yesterday, quality guy for the future. I'd love to see a Terrell Pryor type quarterback be brought into Ames. Somebody can really make an impact on your football team each and every play when you have the football. Get more realistic with you. How about a defensive tackle? You know, how about a defensive end? Somebody you can get to a quarterback, a Jason Berriman type guy who can really make an offensive coordinator game plan around him. I think that would probably be the most effective thing, especially when you're looking at depth and the defensive end position. You got some guys, your Patrick Nails, your Roosevelt Majits. How about Ronnie Nelson? Throw him into the mix, and others as well. But none of those guys have proven to be game breakers at this point. I'd love to see a big 5-star, mean defensive end, a professional football talent come into Ames. That would be my more realistic pick other than the quarterback. Finally, we'll go a little off topic for one. Sidetrack writes, favorite foods at the State Fair this year? Do you catch any concerts? I haven't been to the State Fair, to be honest with you, in well over 5 years. I've only been once in my life. I know it's anti-Iowa, and I know. I'm actually planning on going on Thursday night, though. I might be checking out the Hootie concert. Darius Rucker, he's since gone country on us. I don't know how he's considered a country singer. He doesn't really have a country sound to him, but it's good music. I really love Hootie. Hootie Blowfish back in the day, they were awesome. I'm thinking about checking that out. It's $30. I don't know if it's worth the money or not. What do you guys think? Would you spend $30 to go see Hootie at the Iowa State Fair? I think that's a deal too, and maybe you guys can agree with me on this, where it depends on who you're with. If you're with a fun group, yeah, you can make a Hootie concert worth $30, but if you're with a bunch of stiffs, then it's probably going to suck, and I wouldn't do it then. I think a pretty good group of guys possibly going tomorrow night. I will be at the State Fair tomorrow night, though, so I refer that question to later in the week, and I'll tell you what food I think was the best at the State Fair. Hey, remember, Saturday night I want to meet all of you at the Casa Chameleon restaurant in Belmont. Going to be there at 6 o'clock until we shut the doors down. It's going to be a fun Cyclone Fanatic party. We're going to be chatting Cyclone football, and again, I think my parents are going to be there, so if you all want to come and hang out with us, we'd really appreciate it. It'd be a heck of a lot of fun. Go support some Cyclone Fanatics and a business up there in Belmont. Really looking forward to that. Real Mailbag coming up tomorrow, I assume. We're going to have some scrimmage reports coming up later on today. Follow me at Twitter at Chris M. Williams, where I'll be posting some Twitter reports as well.